Past couple months at New Life, I've been preaching through the New Testament book of First Corinthians, and this Sunday I'm up to First Corinthians 13, which is the famous chapter on love. And so I am going through one characteristic of love at a time during this video series. I've already looked at how love is patient and love is kind. The third concept that he uses is that love does not envy. Love does not envy. Think about it. When you love someone, what happens when they're happy? You rejoice with them. And what happens when they're sad? You suffer with them. You are sad with them when they're sad. You're happy with them when they are happy. Your emotions are very much in sync with theirs. But what about when you envy someone? When you envy someone, what happens when they're happy? You probably get sad or angry. You weep when they're rejoicing. And what happens when they are weeping, when they are sad and suffering? You tend to be happy. You're glad that they're suffering. Envy, when you are envying someone, your emotions are very much out of sync with theirs. When you love someone, you're happy when they're happy. When you envy someone, you are happy when they're sad, and you are sad when they're happy. You weep because you don't have what they have, and you're happy when they suffer. Proverbs 14:30 tells us that a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Envy rots the bones. It's a great phrase because envy is such a toxic emotion. There's really nothing good about it. It causes us to become hypercritical, always needing to cut other people down and find the faults with others. It causes us to self-pity, to just be miserable about our own circumstances. It makes us hate our lives. It poisons our ability to really enjoy the life we have as we envy and want what others have. So if envy is so toxic, then how do we get rid of it? How do we become people who love and are not so filled with toxic envy? Well, I think that the opposite of envy is contentment. When you're content with your circumstances, you don't have a need to envy others. And I think contentment comes when we realize that what our hearts are truly longing for is found not in another person or career or life, but it's found in God. I think contentment comes when we realize that the deepest desires and longings of our heart are fulfilled not by anything else in this world, but only by God, by knowing God, by having a relationship with Him. Sure, maybe if you changed jobs, you'd be a little happier in the short run, or if you changed a relationship, if you upgraded your life in some way, you'd be happier in the short run. But in the long run, it's not going to make you happy. It's not going to fulfill the deepest longings of your heart. It's not going to replace and remove the envy from your life. One of the great psalms about envy is Psalm 73, where the writer of the psalm, Asaph, begins by talking about how he was envying those who were not following God. But then after being reminded of who God is, he ends in verses 25 to 26 by saying, "Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire beside you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." He looks around and he says, nothing in this world can satisfy what I'm looking for. God, you alone meet and fulfill the deepest longings of my heart. Everything that we're longing for is found in God. The joy, the peace, the love, the satisfaction, the intimacy, the ecstasy, it's all ours in God now, before eternity to a small degree, and then after death, it'll be ours forever. We will have everything that our hearts have longed for forever. That's why in Proverbs 23:17 to 18 it says, "Do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord. There is surely a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off." Love does not envy. The more that you recognize that the longings of your heart are not satisfied in another career or person or another person's life, but they're found in Jesus, that the deepest desires of your heart will be completely fulfilled forever, the more you find contentment in whatever situation you find yourself in. You're not going to need to envy others because you know that the answer to what you're longing for isn't really found in another person or what they have. It's found in God. And then you'll be able to love, truly love, to rejoice when other people rejoice, to be sad when other people are sad, to love the way that God loves you.